Am I the butthole for yelling at my roommate's girlfriend because she hid my credit card and then claimed it was for my betterment? I am 25, live with my close friend, Josh, also male 25, and his girlfriend, Anna, female 22. It used to be only Josh and I until the lockdown started back in March and Anna permanently moved in. I get along okay with Anna, but we're not super close. I guess that establishes the group dynamics. Yesterday, I couldn't find my credit card. Josh and I searched the entire apartment for 2 effing hours, but we couldn't find it. Then walks in Anna, after her evening walk, and goes, "What are y'all up to?" To which I ask her if she's seen my credit card. She straight up says that yep, she has it. I was like, "What the F are you doing with my credit card?" To which she said that I shouldn't worry as she didn't intend to use my card, she only took it to help with my addiction. What addiction? She thinks I'm a shopaholic and that I buy way too much useless crap. She saw some movie the night before where the protagonist had this condition and shopped herself into a crazy debt. That movie reminded her of me. She said, I quote, "You are not there yet, but you will be if someone doesn't intervene." I was pissed off at this point because, A, I do not have a shopping problem. And even if I did, I am using my money that I work hard for to buy things I like. She's absolutely no one to try to poke her nose into my business, and B, her having my card meant that she came inside my room, snooped through my stuff until she found the card, which is a gross violation of my privacy. So I asked, rather loudly, to stay the F away from my things and that I would effing call the cops on her if she ever tried pulling a stunt like this again. Josh was not aware of her stealing and he's siding with me. But Anna's trying to convince him that her intentions were pure and that I'm grossly overreacting and being a dick to her. AITA? NTA, I would check your bank/credit statements and make sure you don't have any surprise charges. I don't believe for a second she didn't copy his credit card info. Treat it like it was stolen, because it was, and call the company/bank. 100% this. You don't need the card to use it. They have the right idea. Who the hell goes through another person's room to take their credit card? I highly doubt she would have said anything had original post and the roommate not been looking for it. Report it stolen, cut it up and get a new card. I wouldn't trust the sneaky asshat as far as I could throw her. NTA. NTA. If I were you, I would reiterate the fact that police will be called. I would make a report without filing charges if this girl is still going to be around. This means a safe deposit box at the bank for vital information and electronic statements for finances. With any of that info, she can seriously do damage. The fact that she was so entitled and nonchalant makes me worried for you. Friend needs to put himself in your shoes. Does he see a long term with this gal? If he is, and willing to put up with this BS, he should be prepared to be manipulated and controlled at expense of any fleeting thought this girl may have. Scary. Pressing charges does not always work like people think. If original post goes to the station and files a report, and the cop feels like it, they can go arrest her. It's not up to the victim of a crime to decide if charges are laid, it's more that cops who don't really give a crap might try to dissuade you from making them do their job. I've heard that it varies by state. I.e. in MA the prosecution will press charges even if the victim doesn't want that, but in other states they do listen to the victim. Is that not the case? Yeah, I live in Texas and my neighbor's baby brother stole my car and went joyriding, and when I found out it was him I didn't press charges and signed a piece of paper saying as much, and nothing ever came from it. Also true in my experience, military base in Cali. I was assaulted with a weapon on base, but it was an accident. Weird story, but probably best for another time. Base police asked if I wanted to press charges and I said no. Poor kid was an idiot, but not malicious, and getting in trouble again probably would have gotten him an OTH or dishonorable discharge, and those are hard to bounce back from. This story needs to be known someday. Sounds wild. Tell us the story sounds like a good one. Honestly, I don't want anyone dumb enough to accidentally assault someone with a weapon in the military. I want the story. It's ultimately up to the prosecuting attorney, who acts on behalf of the state. The idea of a victim pressing charges is really a misnomer. There may be situations where the prosecuting attorney opts to not file formal charges because a victim doesn't want to participate in the process. But there are also situations where a prosecuting attorney may opt to proceed even without a victim's cooperation. Not a lawyer, but put it this way: if the police caught a guy running out of your apartment and found you bleeding out with stab wounds, do you think they'd let you not press charges in any state? I'm pretty sure it's always a "we're happy not to do our job if that's cool" thing, and not "we're not allowed to arrest this effer unless you say so." I'm not sure about state specifics, but I understand that even if the prosecution doesn't legally need the victim's support, in practice the victim's cooperation is often needed as a star witness. Even if the police are indifferent about going after the girlfriend, Original Post is still doing himself a favor by filing a report in the event illegitimate charges appear on his card, or someone assumes his identity and gets him into fraudulent debt. It establishes a chain that could help him if he needs to dispute credit report entries. Yes. A friend had someone steal and write bad checks on a closed account. When the businesses tried to collect from him, he sent copies of the police report. It saved him a lot of hassle. Exactly this. Even if you hear someone actively walking around your home, say if you live in an apartment building with thin walls, saying they have weapons and repeatedly threaten your life for reasons beyond your own comprehension, even reporting this to the cops in some places can get you into trouble. Sometimes the cops you report this to might decide to actively try to make you look mentally unstable rather than actually, do their jobs and investigate these claims. This would probably lead you to wonder if, in the unlikely event some harm was to come to you, if those same officers would do any investigating then, or just kind of go weird that this matches an exact concern this person had. Must be suicide. I don't have any personal experience with this kind of thing. It may have happened to a close friend of mine. It happened to Durham's family. Cops said that they don't do anything because the court is closed because COVID. He killed because police did nothing. And the murderer still free to do anything he like. Web link. Exactly this. And this also goes to show that taking someone's credit card away does not remove their ability to online shop. If someone is really addicted, they will know their number/habit stored in their Google Wallet /etc. It kind of removes her defense of saying that she was taking the card to help their addiction. Yep. It gave her the ability to shop online. She's full of crap. I say watch to see if packages start showing up, but if she's super sneaky she'd have them sent to a P.O. box, but she'd still have to bring the new stuff home, so she'd be busted either way. I believe she stole Op's card with the intention of using it herself. Yeah. Luckily it is pretty easy to view a credit card statement online now. Yup, I get alerts the moment my card is swiped or I buy something online. Yeah, he should still get a replacement card. Who knows if she copied down the number or something? Treat it as a stolen card, get a new one, and feel more secure. Getting a replacement card does not ruin credit score, so it's the right thing to do. Oh, definitely. Same thing if you lose your wallet and have it returned with everything still in it. Better to get a new card and not take the chance than to keep it and have to deal with any fraudulent charges later. Yep. All she had to do was copy the numbers, expiration date and security code. I hope all she did was take it. 100%, this. You don't need the card to use it. Yup, usually all you need is card number, expiry date and the security code. And on some occasions whether it's a Visa or MasterCard, as some places will ask which. The first 4 digits are all that most places need to determine which card it is. Even when I skip the Visa/MC/Amex/Discover dropdown, once I type in the first 4 digits, the sites automatically populate that field correctly. Typically, though, I use card protection through other services. One of my banks even has a browser add-on that will generate random numbers for sites when you use your card online. Op is NTA, but totally does need to report that card stolen immediately. If he's not going to do that, then he needs to watch his online statement like a hawk. If someone else's GF goes through your belongings in a part of the house that she has no business being in, particularly right at Christmas, and her motives were definitely not altruistic, Op should definitely at a minimum cancel the card. I would be cautious regardless of how close it is to Christmas, because honestly if she went to that much border-stomping behavior, I wouldn't feel okay with her. It completely sucks for Original Post being so close to Christmas, as a new card may not arrive prior to Christmas. Again, Original Post, you're very much NTA. My thought also. Prepare in advance for being without your card for a few days, then call your bank's fraud and tell them your card was compromised and you need a new one issued. This will have a different number and should resolve the problem for that card. For the larger problem of an untrustworthy roommate, you may want to take additional steps. You are NTA, but be vigilant, this gal is up to no good. I'd get all new cards just to be on the safe side. She could have copied info on one she didn't take. If original post calls the bank and explains that another card was stolen, he wants to be safe and have this card replaced as well. Banks are usually cool with it. Op, not the butthole at all. Edited ops gender. Yeah, I would immediately report it stolen as soon as she told me she had her grubby hands on it. I don't trust a damn thing she says. You don't go through my crap and then take my credit card and then claim you are worried I have a shopping addiction. Especially when I don't know you or trust you well enough to keep me in my place if I were in that situation. I would then invest in a lock for my room or keep the card on my person. Even her boyfriend has more sense than her. Just call and say my wallet was stolen, and I need new cards issued because that's what happened, even if the roommate returned the wallet. They buy these things in bulk, it's not a special order. They just have to emboss the name and numbers. My fiancée got a new card issued because she wanted the limited edition BB8 debit card. Lol. You can just say you lost your card. Also, I'm jealous of your fiancée's BB8 debit card. Don't they ask you for a police report if you say it was stolen? No. They're the ones on the hook if someone else uses it. It's just a 10-cent card. If you're not requesting a new one every 3 weeks, they won't care. Your wallet was stolen and returned to you, but you're worried that the cards were compromised. They'll send new ones with new numbers. I've never had that happen. They don't care, there's no malicious reason to lie about it, and the cost here is so low, cards are really cheap, and the potential cost is so high, fraudulent charges the company is stuck with, that they're just happy you call them promptly before there's fraudulent charges on the card. Never. At most, some places just charge you a few extra bucks to try and deter someone always losing it. But they have no reason to not believe that you lost your card. It's a pretty big inconvenience for the card owner to keep changing numbers, too. I work at a bank and know. You can even go online and request to replace your card. No questions asked. No. I work in a bank. They'll just block and reissue it. I haven't heard that recently. Years ago, BOA would charge $5 for a lost card, but it was free with police report if stolen. The magnetic strip on my card wasn't working and they wanted $5 to replace it. I got the Google Wallet card and would just put money on it. $5 is $5. It's a lot easier and less expensive for everyone if the bank issues a new card than it is for everyone to deal with fraudulent charges. Banks prefer replacing a card than losing money on fraudulent charges, depending on your insurance on the card. If I had to go through all this trouble, I'd just effing call the cops on her. If there is a branch of the bank within a reasonable distance, have the card delivered there for original post to go and sign for. Alternatively, if he has a P.O. box, he would be safe. As a last measure, have it delivered USPS with signature required. I worry since she lives there she will intercept his mail. Just my thoughts. Also, make sure that the card is only delivered to you, Op. BC, you share a living space with your thief, she could easily just sign for and take your new card as well. So make sure it's you who has to sign for it. Or better yet, ask them not to deliver, but to hold the delivery at the package store or USPS so you can go pick it up. NTA. My bank, and I don't know with COVID what their current policy is, will straight up print the new cards at certain locations as a walk-in service. It takes maybe 20-ish minutes, so check if that's an option because then she can't have handled any mail. You can have the card sent to your branch where they will ID you. My bank also makes them on the spot, and I use a small local credit union. I walked in to set up a new account and walked out with a card. I even got to pick the design. Good lord, that didn't even occur to me. Woman facepalming, see no evil monkey, woman shrugging, absolutely cancel the card entirely. Yes. And, lock down your credit with the big 3 reporting agencies, just in case. That will stop anyone from attempting to open a new line in your name, etc. The extra security is a good idea. Not the butthole. Treat it like it was stolen. Treat it like that because it was stolen. This is no different than someone going into a wallet and taking money, even if the reason is this is for your own good. That would be stealing too. Worse than taking cash, because with cash you'd know how much is missing. This is a future bomb that could go off for any amount at any time. Also get a lockbox to keep any private documents/credit card/bank statements in. And a lock for the bedroom door. NTA and check your credit card statement just in case, and double check your previous credit card statement since she has been living with you. Just cancel the whole card, she could have written the information down for future use. NTA. Cancel the whole girlfriend. Except it's not his girlfriend to cancel. He can cancel her stay in the apartment at least. This is bad advice. Canceling a credit card will ruin your credit. Getting a replacement card with a new number, however, won't. That's probably what he meant. No, she stole from you. Whatever her bizarre reasoning is. Stick to your guns. Make sure she and Josh are fully aware if she ever does anything like that you'll call the police. And if I were you, I'd get a lock for my bedroom door, who knows what she's up to when you're not home. This lock is definitely a fantastic idea, just don't let your key get lost. NTA. Forget the lock. She stole from you. Kick her out. Your lease probably doesn't allow for a third full-time roommate. Unless she's paying rent and utilities, she's a guest. If she's been living there since March, it doesn't matter if she's been paying rent, most likely she is legally considered a tenant. Sounds like she needs to get served with eviction papers then. Yep. Problem is most leases don't allow tenants to sublease whole or part of the apartment without prior landlord approval. If she's not on the lease, she'll be considered a sublessee. If they are unable to kick her out on their own and escalate it to the landlord for eviction, then they jeopardize their lease as well. All three of them could get evicted. Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube. And share them with your friends. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. We welcome your comments below. Another of our videos will begin shortly.